Right here in this spot is where Paris Underwood died in 1927. So it's my understanding the pie supper. They were having a pie supper here at Porter School.
I'm not sure.
Yep.
You think it was at Porter School?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You think it was at Porter School?
Yeah.
What?
They were having a pie supper here.
What? Pie supper.
They
You know what that is?
It's a fundraiser.
Oh, okay. It's a fundraiser.
So how's that work? They make a pie and what happens?
The women make pies.
So it started with the pie supper, 1926. Paris Underwood disturbed the pie supper. And Wint Porter ended up filing charges against him.
He rode his horse through it.
Who said that?
I don't know. I've heard it all my life.
Well, we hear different versions of it. So maybe he did. Your mom says that there was an incident right out here in the road
I know.
where he was on horse and Wint Porter threw a rock at him and knocked him off his horse.
I've heard that.
That must have been a big rock.
So I don't know if that was this
It's
same.
called a boulder.
I don't know if that was this
Well,
same
knowing
incident.
Wint, he was pretty good at
Throwing rocks.
yes, and because he shoot horses, he was very good with his hand. He's down.
Well, one of them
Yes, he
died
was.
here. Paris Underwood died here, didn't he?
Well, he died back there.
Yard.
He died up there at that well.
And
Yeah.
the other one died in about a year, did he? Paris Bowman.
Yes.
Bowman or Bowman?
Bowen. B-O-W-E-N. Yeah, he died a year and a half later. They thought he was dead, according to the newspapers, thought he was dead out here in the road, but then he survived. But then the newspaper says Paris, that's why I was curious when you said a road right through here.
Well, the school was here. Okay, going back through there was a road.
Where was the road?
That's straight up that home.
It'd have to be right
there
there.
with the wagon.
Over on the right side of the house?
It would be on the right.
There used to be a barn set over, Sam's barn set over.
I think Paris, the shootout was down there at Wint's house. We'll go see that in a minute.
Yeah.
And I think he came down the road, and then I think he probably went back this road you're talking about, because he went, it said they crawled through the fence at
Yeah.
Sam Porter's backyard, and Vivian went to the well to get him water.
Right. Well, see, it was Vivian and Opal, supposedly, that he was, Paris,
Yeah.
was making, gestures toward them and trying to talk to them, and they were drunk. And so some of the men asked him to leave, and he didn't take that too well, apparently. Now, as Kitty said, our parents would talk about everybody, but they didn't talk about the Porters.
You could talk about anybody you want to, but not the Porter.
Exactly. You did not talk about, seriously. You had a raisin right there. But they were making comments and, doing things to Opal and Vivian.
Oh.
And Vivian and Opal was kind of going along with it because I guess he was a good-looking man. I don't know.
Well, we got his picture right here. You can decide. Here's a couple pictures of Paris Underwood. Here's our grandparents. Now, our grandma was an Irwin.
Mm-hmm.
Paris was married to her sister.
Right.
During that.
Well, see, he was
During
married
that
at the
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was married while he was courting.
Yeah, he was nice looking.
Well, we don't. You said courting.
Well,
I think he had his eye on
See
them.
this way. Is
But
that Paris?
I don't know.
Grace.
There's
I think he's
newspaper
nice
articles.
looking.
There's newspaper articles about Opal and Vivian having parties. So they were getting real social. So, and they had some friends from Soldier over. Well, his dad was from Soldier. Coy Underwood
Right.
had the store in Soldier. The house is still there, the Vincent house, the big red brick house. That was Coy Underwood's house. But Paris didn't live
Right
there.
there's a whole
But
problem right there.
anyway, the Vivian and Opal were getting real
Had a bottle
social,
in his hand.
so I don't know that
Caused
you
a
said
lot of
courting.
good
I don't
men
know
to-
about that. But maybe he had his eye on him. I don't know.
Kitty, do you remember Vivian?
One of them.
Yeah, Vivian.
Oh,
and
God,
Opal
she was a
both.
beautiful woman.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about where it started at, or where the shootout was.
Here's the old home place, and it was on the store building was right down here,
Okay.
On that up there.
and
But Mom and Papa on them.
this was the barn that Mom and Wint was in. And I'm telling you, secondhand what I was told. And he came up through there, Underwood did.
Paris
they
Bowen
ca-
and Paris Underwood.
When they came back to Wentz, that road was rock. I mean, it wasn't a road. It was like a creek.
Oh.
So they come bopping up, you know, in that car.
Yeah.
Now, didn't Went, he was at the shop when it first started.
In the barn. Him and
the
Mom
barn.
was over here in the barn.
Okay,
Remember that barn that sat there? Belonged to your,
yeah. Well, Pop owned that barn
in
later.
later years.
Yeah. But they come bopping up there and Went took off toward the house, didn't he?
Him and Mom was going up in the yard. And they tried to get Mom to leave him. She said, no, I'm going with him.
Yeah.
Charlie Justice, and Jethro, everything I'm telling you is secondhand now. What was told me. Jethro, some of you knew him. Charlie Justice, I don't know who that was. Do you know? And maybe some other person was there helping Went. And Went going up these steps. And that's when they shot him in the ankle or in the foot. And they didn't kill him then, but that finally killed him. That's what killed him.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said that blood poison or gangrene, is that what they call it?
Yeah. Well, his foot got caught in the gate, didn't it? That's the reason he got shot. The foot, they had a gate, and they had steps all the way up. And as they were going, his foot got caught, and he got shot. Went got shot in the foot.
You can see the steps, just an outline of them. But the front of this house had bullet holes in it. You could see the bullet holes. Of course, the house has been gone. It burnt.
Several years ago.
Yeah. Now, that's the story that I've been told. And that's the rest of the story.
So the two Parises pulled up in their car, jumped out, and was Jess Rowe in the barn and shooting at them?
Jethro was up here at the house, him and Charlie Justice.
Oh, do you think they were up at the house?
Yeah.
See, I can't see Jess.
But
He's
now,
not that old.
My grandpa come in here and helped do some shit.
Jethro,
on the
he
porch when
married
that
Beulah.
started.
Jess came out on the front porch
He
of the
had to be
house?
a young person.
Took rest off of a porch
See, I
post
think
and
there was
laying the
somebody
lead
else
room with
because
a
I don't think
38
it
or a
was
32.
Jess.
I can't
Yeah, I
remember
know
which.
which right now, that's
Really?
what Mom told me.
They said he never flinched, old Jack.
And Charlie Justice, you know that one.
Millard got in this fight too.
Millard was in on this?
Yeah.
Grease or
He
something.
got in on it.
Yeah.
He come to help Went.
Is that right?
Yeah. He just lived the next house down on the hill there.
Was that before Everett
Yeah.
lived there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Who
Everett
lived there?
Grandpa lived there for,
Millard.
Oh, down there where Everett lived?
yeah. He come to help Went because it wasn't very
Just
far.
interesting.
So Millard wasn't waiting on him, but he heard the gunfire and he came.
He's a
I don't think people can get it in their mind. It's kind of, here, like over here, there wasn't a road.
Yeah.
It was a creek. And that's what they call the
That
road.
was the road was in the creek.
Yeah.
So the road that's out there now wasn't even a gravel road then?
No.
Oh, no. No, we didn't have that.
That
back
road
then.
went up through, right up through here.
I remember when they blacktopped it, but I don't
It
remember.
did
really.
in the creek.
It was built on WPA, wasn't it, Clyde?
Huh?
WPA built this road.
They built the school.
Where's it at?
Well, the Underwoods that come with the shootout driving the car, was they in the creek?
I think it'd be a little
They
farther
had
than
to
that.
be
That's what I'm saying.
probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
And my grandpa and my mother was in that barn. And from what I understand, it started there.
So then your mom and Went, her dad, ran up to the house.
I don't think they ran. Went Porter didn't run from nobody. They tell me he was a good man, but you didn't push him.
Went Eva, your mom. Who else was with them when they went?
Just them two.
Just the two of them.
Yeah.
And Went's house sat where?
It sat right where that up there across the top of the church.
Yeah,
You see that house?
that house.
Yeah, that's where it was. That's not the house, but that's where the house was.
So Went's house was over there. Where the White House is, that's where Went Porter's house was. Down here was where the barn was. On the other side of the driveway was Went's store and his blacksmith shop. Right behind the store. Well, this is a long distance to have the shootout here and for him to go clear over here. Hawkeye Irwin, that's Ed's cousin, he said that his dad, Hawk Irwin, prepared Paris's body after he was killed, or after the shootout, and he counted 30-some bullet holes in him.